another fan-fucking-tabless year of my annoying voice yelling at you again, joined with me by my fucking best friends in the entire goddamn world. Welcome back to the fucking Boundless Shores on the Drunkards and Dumbasses YouTube channel. We're here. We like eating deer. We like drinking beer. Joined with me to fucking day is, of course, Liam.
Hello.
The Destroyer. We're joined by the national treasure, Nathan, the Druid.
Hello there.
Master of Nature.
Hi.
Creeping at you from the shadows. The master of hand-to-hand combat. The calm, cool, collected son of a bitch you all know as Owen the Goat.
Hee What's up?
We're joined by the all-knowing, almighty,
Poos.
ever intelligent, ever stylish, ever nerdy. Your favorite great
Hey.
champion. And finally, you all know him. You all love him. With the crowd going wild, it's your boy, the man, the prodigal son, the genius, the best, Wes. I'm just fucking with you, Thomas! The James Meister, the master of all James. The J to the A to the M to the E to the S to the best. It's James.
Howdy.
And of
He is-
course,
He is our hall menace to society.
our menace to society. And of course, your announcer for this evening, the man, the myth, the all-knowing, the all-being, Wes.
Hey.
Let's play some fucking D&D. There we go. We had to go with something hype going into this new fucking year. That made me lightheaded. That was beautiful.
I could only imagine what the mic peaking was like.
This was absolutely, if we wanted animated, this is K standing in the middle of like a coliseum, doing like a wrestling intro, and all of like the characters walking out with their own theme songs. Wow.
Cal the Woods would be Enter Sandman.
I can't remember how much you've actually dealt with Caldo and Chris, but that joke is hilarious.
Or it could be another one bites the dust.
Ooh. Jovi
like-
time.
Holy
Yo, you got your boy.
Come on.
What'd you say?
Holy copyright, you guys. Come on.
Do you think we're
It's
getting
not
paid for
copyright
this
to
shit?
say the name.
No.
I barely even pay my editor. Which I should. He's been working overtime, but
Yeah, time and a
I'm
half.
broke, bitch.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. My bosses suck.
Yeah.
We know.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, 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 it's your boy James, hitting it with a recap. Recapping you from the last fucking while, because it's been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a performance check. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. All right, you ready? All right, so we're gonna assume you saw. So, are you having me start from here? Because that was the last one we uploaded before we took that break for a while. Well, like, was the last
Yeah,
one
I'd just
Caval's
like to
spy?
catch us all up, because it has, you guys have done, like, a lot, been a lot of places, done a lot of things in a few
Been
weeks,
around the world, brother.
quite a few times.
All right.
So just, you can keep it vague right up until about the island, and then that's what I want you to hit, like, the detail.
Yeah, I got this. All right, so setting the scene. Big black dragon throws up on us. We all pass out, except me and a few other dudes, but mostly me. We were okay. After running into an old buddy of ours, not so much buddy anymore apparently.
You
But
did collect the heart of Cavalis too, by the way.
uh,
I just wanted that also to be, you guys have a
yeah,
beating heart in Tobin's bag right
yeah.
now.
I'm glad. Uh, we still have that, but we'll get to that. We'll get there. Um. All right, so yeah, I got a heart in my pocket, as you do. Um, we
Not wearing
just
it on his sleeve.
no. That would be too obvious. Cavalis would have seen it when we ran into him. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So Black Dragon throws up on us. Very putrid. Some sort of poison. Our boy Yonatan coming in clutch helped us out with that. But he ran away. We were a little bit dying, so we couldn't really tell which way he went. So we went to go see Safiri back down at the camp and figure out what he knew or if he saw the dragon. And we talked to him. He told us he was headed to Palos, or at least in that direction. So us having some friendly faces in that town, we decided to go save them. We get to we do some cool transportation shenanigans. It was sweet. We pull up to Palos and notice that the air is still rancid with dragon um, stuff, dragon breath. That's a good one. And so Beckett helps us out by reaching out to Ego or the poison and getting us some gas masks
Their
and
names
shit.
works.
Yeah. And then we head into the city and we realize we try to help some people that look pretty injured, and we realize they are some form of zombie, which we assumed came from the lingering effects of untreated poison from Zodak's breath. So once again, shout out to Yonatan for healing us, all the ones that were afflicted. And then we uh, traverse through the town, fighting zombies along the way, trying to get to the Holy Lore Keeper's temple so that we can make sure she's okay and see if she knows anything about the tear that was used to revive Zodak. Um, we get there finally, and we run into Solari, who was the kind of like right hand man to the Queen of Veilbridge, and he's acting a little funky, and then he turns into a dragon, yellow dragon. Solari the Coward is full title. Orgolan fucking killed him. Curb stomped his ass. So shout out to Orgolan. And then we finally get into the temple. Realize it's falling apart. Alistair helps us keep it up. Shout out Alistair.
Yay!
And we find out that the Holy Lord Keeper, Vidale, and as well as the Queen of Veilbridge and Orgolan's sister are all up there, along with just a few other uh, miscellaneous faces.
Shout out
Um,
to you for remembering her name.
yeah, so I don't remember Orgolan's sister's name, but I remember Holy Lord Keeper. She's my homie. Um,
Does Urgolan remember his sister's name?
Savell.
Nice. Okay, so we run
Sorry,
into
I
them.
don't. My bad. I apologize. That was kind of mean.
Queen's-
I love you, dude.
Queen's-
Dick.
Queen's pretty injured, so up against Beckett's better judgment, she actually like helps her get all healed up, and we realize we're all kind of going in the same direction. So since there's a port nearby, we decide, or well, access to the water. I'm not sure if it's really a port, but access to the water. So we give them a ride on our boat down to Valebridge. We drop them off there, and then we go our separate ways to head towards.
Black Mirror, but yeah,
Oh, sorry. What did I say?
Valebridge.
Oh, yeah, that's because I was thinking Queen of Valebridge. I meant Blackmere, because it's just down the coast from Palos. So we get there, drop them off. We decide not to stay and chat because we knew what we were doing. We head towards the storm brewing in the middle of the Boundless Sea. And once we get in there, we end up encountering a Kraken who fucks our shit up like an asshole. Or I didn't mean shit, I meant ship. It just, I say
Both are
shit
true.
more than I say ship, but yes, both are true. Luckily, Alistair's hole was not flooded. That's always good. We we wash up on the shore and realize that
Do
we
you want to quickly mention what happens to Tobin while he's being drowned?
Oh yeah, so Tobin gets
Just for
thrown
fun.
in. Tobin, while he's being pulled down by his heavy armor, uh, has a bit of a dream where he, after demonstrating a crazy new ability to channel magic into his sword unknowingly against the Kraken and doing a decent amount of damage, he has a dream where he's back with his grandfather and he tells him a little bit about their family's history, more on the arcane purge and how he was basically against his will in charge of it, and that our family, uh, at least back in those times when magic was still prevalent in Valebridge, were very good at channeling magic into their blades, and that's why he climbed the ranks as high as he did. So we did sort of a sparring match, um, and helped Tobin realize this, get an actual feel for this ability, so that it can hopefully be something he replicates in the future. Those are just kind of the spark notes because we got another half of the recap to get through. But was that everything you think needed to be covered for that?
No, you did
That's like the
fantastic.
gist. Okay,
That was
cool.
great. Now we're on to the island of Vicar.
Yeah, so we get to the island, and we're hanging out for a bit, trying to dry off as best we can before we venture further into the island. We have a run-in with the mailman, who magic mailman, who ends up giving us a bunch of money from the Emperor Killian, I believe that's his name, of the Darian Empire. Oh, sorry. Of the Darian Empire, for when we saved him from a bunch of robbers and stuff. I got a cool new armor as well. And
Or
from
Golan got a
there,
letter.
yeah, Orgolan got a letter. You want to tell him about your letter at all, Orgolan?
He didn't read it.
Oh, he hasn't read it. And then from there, we decide to venture into the island. We come across these pools of like purple ichor. That's very odd and definitely not natural. And then we eventually stumble across a factory of some sort. Outside, there is a bunch of like scrap metal and such, and this odd beast machine, sort of abomination named Forklift. He's a really sweet
10
dude, but
points to the person who knows what creature it was.
I mean I know,
Dunes,
but
a dune crawler.
Dune Winder, but very
Dune
close.
Winder.
Tobin, you get an inspiration point.
I was hoping I'd get one for this anyways, but thank you. So yeah, he was a adolescent dune winder that was kind of like turned into a machine and forced to eat itself. You ever seen that robot where he's like in this cage and there's oil leaking out and he has to constantly like grab the oil to keep himself running? Like that looks like transmission fluid. It's like that, but he has to eat metal. And he's in
I'd
constant pain.
I kind of take back that inspiration point I gave you earlier, and now I'm gonna re-gift it to you. Shout out to a man who knew the inspiration of the creature.
Dude, that was my first thought when you told us about it.
Yo, what the
And
fuck? This is what the fuck?
so Chris helps him out, or I get Alistair helps him out to the best of his ability, but he couldn't really do much. It was an unfortunate situation. And then we venture into the factory. There wasn't much going on. We heard a noise, but it turned out to just be a fan and something smacking. It's a very eerie vibes, kind of industrial horror type shit. And then we go through. We turn the corner near the fan, and we see these 7.5 feet tall like robot type things. Uh, they had SGSC inscribed on their chests, and they were called sanguicides, which was carved underneath. And underneath that was Icker Inc. We are able to get past them because they aren't activated. Go through the bay doors, and then we go through a couple of hallways and stuff like that, and we go through this room with a very rickety bridge that seems rickety because of the dripping of this ichor that seems to be pumped around the factory and possibly around the whole island. It was the same purple ichor that we've seen outside, but this time in vats. Let's see here. Yeah, it just had the weird liquid in it. We crossed the catwalk and end up going through some more tunnel. What's
Sorry,
up?
just quick to interrupt because this is something that you do know. Beckett inspected the liquid, finding that it was a combination of oil,
Blood.
gunpowder, and blood.
Yeah. So with that revelation, we moved on, got the fuck out of Dodge, and we keep traversing the factory, trying to figure out if there's any other strange happenings before we are trapped by sanguicides, saying some scary stuff to us, telling us I can't remember exactly what they said, but
Please do not resist. You are
yeah,
expected.
yeah.
Please do not resist.
Before
You are expected.
eventually clearing the
Sitting
way so that we could go into the elevator, which
sitting
took
somewhere
us,
between the Borg and Cybermen there.
yeah, before letting us into the elevator that went up to the clock tower. Uh, or were the candles before or after we got to the top? Like, was
It
this
was
one another one?
before the
Before.
Sanguicides.
Oh, okay. Really? Oh,
Yeah.
before. Oh, sorry. Like, not before we saw the first two, but before they like attacked us.
Yeah.
So one of the rooms while we were exploring the thing had a bunch of candles in it. One of them purple with white flame to represent Tobin. One of them black with purple and yellow flame to represent Beckett. One with green and golden flame, Yonatan. One with magenta and a teal flame, which represents Orgolan. Um, Gray with a bronze flame to represent Alistair. Orange with a blue like a blue clear, like hot fire type flame for knees, and a final one that they were arranged in a semicircle type thing, by the way, and a red one with a crimson flame that was burnt very low, ending towards the end of its candle life. The flame gasping for air to represent our friend Calduin, who had been captured and from visions we saw tortured and the like.
Briefly, mentioning Calduin, Liam, do you remember enough of Calduin's experiences leading up to uh, the culmination of this arc?
From what I can remember, um, it was always in pieces. I was mostly in a jail cell. I'm pretty sure we saw the one guy that met them at the tavern. I'm terrible with names, so I can't name them.
Solomon.
Yeah. And then there was another part where I was, I think, strapped to a chair or something, and a voice from the shadows was trying to talk to me. I'm pretty sure that was Volnar trying to talk to me.
Hell yeah.
We also found that in one of the more recent ones, there was a Osterati woman taking care of me, and found out that the place where I'm from is not my true home.
And she was also covered head to toe in scars.
Right. And in between those, calling my friends idiots.
True.
True story.
All right. And the elevator reaching to the top of the factory.
Yeah. So we get to the top of the tower, and we make our way into this large room, with like some bleacher style seats, sort of like amphitheater vibes, filled with sanguicides, um, watching us as we enter. And on the other side of the room, I believe on a raised platform, there were many of our foes, including three dragons: the blue dragon Lazarus, the black dragon Zodak, and the red dragon Sandra. And sitting at a table was Solomon, Arowim, Amarath, Ego, Cavalis, and our friend Calduin, not looking too great. There was a table across from them, and they asked us to sit so that they could discuss some stuff with us. And they essentially told us that they want to stop the merging of the realms, which is goal sort of aligned with our goals. But on top of that, they want to usurp the current reigning deities, celestials, and that they call themselves the Vanglorious X. So they give us kind of like a overview of their mission, and then Volnar takes the form of a Sanguiscythe, like, and he offers us the ability to kill gods, and the power to do so in exchange for one of our souls after death. Kind of being backed into the corner, we were debating whether or not we should take this deal and who should take it, if anybody. Um, Before Osiris finally crashed in, being the demigod of chaos and helping us out. He gave us the ability to fly so that we could escape, and then we made our way to, or actually wasn't didn't you kind of like flood it so that we could get water
Yep.
in there?
A
You're
great big.
muted. 'Cause-
He created a big, massive tidal wave that
yeah,
carried your boat
because we
past
were
the
being
storm to
chased.
calmer
Obviously,
waters.
dragons, not good. They can fly, not good. Uh, they're a little better at it than us, so we had to make a quick getaway. So Osiris created a large tidal wave, and we were able to throw the candelabra, now repaired inside its little bottle, into the tidal wave and hitch a ride out of there, heading out of the storm, and make it safely back to clear waters. And I believe that's where we left off.
Awesome. And James, could you do us one final favor of
Maybe.
doing a quick commercial break and shout out our other endeavors while I be right back?
All right. Let's see here. You see this guy over here? It's a little Owen. Owen here. He's got a couple channels. He's got Fanran 48, Fanran 10 48 YT. check him out. Does all sorts of cool things. Got Pokemon openings on there. Recently did a Lego Star Wars advent calendar. He does Lego builds. He does build offs. He does all sorts of cool things. He also has the Bent Fender podcast. That's another one of his channels where he talks about, is it NASCAR or is it F1?
Both.
Oh, both. Even better.
It's NASCAR and F1.
For all you racing lovers, he talks about those. I believe it's Pink W88 is Wes's Twitch. Might just be Pink 88 with 3 eyes. That's Wes's Twitch. You can check that out as well. And then obviously, if you're listening on Spotify, I don't know if we're uploading to there right now, but
We are.
Okay. If you're listening on Spotify, check us out on YouTube. And if you want to listen to us on the go, people on YouTube, we're also on Spotify. Just search up there's the channel name, but check out look up the Boundless Shores. You'll have a better time finding us.
Yeah, I always search up the Boundless Shores. It just pops right up.
Yeah,
but
it pops right up if you search the Boundless Shores. Yeah.
True. I also stream on Twitch occasionally.
Yeah, what was the username? I mentioned it, but I don't know if I got it right.
Pink88.
3 eyes or just the one?
3 eyes.
Ah,
PIIINK88 on Twitch.
I was right.
So, after an eventful retrieval of your friend Calduin, the Ade Naul set course for Farhaven Island. For the first while of the journey, Mr. O was quiet. He stood at the front of the ship, stuck in deep thought. As Mr. O stands on the front of the ship in silence, not seeking conversation, does the Ade Naul do anything during this time as he stands in solitude for a while?
I would like to approach our friend Calduin. What would you say Calduin's doing right now? Is he Liam? Is he resting? Is he just chilling on the deck? Like what's going on? How's Calduin feeling?
He would definitely be resting in whatever bed he can find, considering the last bed he was lying in, he was drenched the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Does he have a room? Give him the room.
For a moment, you kind of sneak away from the rest of your group to explore the ship a little.
I don't think I'd actually be at full strength to explore because how I've basically been tortured. Because Asheratis have a huge water weakness, and with being basically pelted with blood the entire time would definitely keep them in a weakened state.
Yeah, we'll just say I like kind of over my shoulder sort of thing, because I'm pretty sure I grabbed him before we left. As we get on this ship, I'll just I'll guide him to his room. I'll be like, hey, we've all got a room here. This one's all yours. You should rest up, and let him in there. So we'll say that happened when we first got here, and then what I'm gonna do next is kind of like a few hours later sort of thing. You know?
So Tobin kind of puts your arm around his shoulders and kind of half carries you down to the lower level, where you see a few rooms, name tags in different language, some in common, some in undercommon. You see one in both common and Asherati. You see Tobin's name posted in common, as well as in Asherati, as you can read that. As he leads you down further past towards the end of the hallway, you find a room written in the Asherati tongue, Kalduan Gahishi, in an embedded golden plate on the dark wooden door. as you creak the door open, a humid, familiar heat hits your throat and your nose as you're brought back home. It's kind of damp, and it's not a direct humid heat, but it's like heat through a window as you feel the temperature take the form of your Ashrati colony, Haku. As within this room, you see the floor is entirely covered in a drift of sand. You see a traditional Ashrati sleeping pad and a raised pillow set in the corner. You see a small workbench with a few molds of the thicker clumps of sand, and a small desk lamp reaching over it, in a kind of glowing the room in a dull red hue. It's homely. It's comforting. It's everything you've been missing in the past 1,000 years since your home was destroyed, since you reawoke from Cavalis in the sands, till you've started this quest of vengeance. You finally feel a shred of comfort and relaxation. You, barely conscious, barely knowing, was laid out in your sleeping pad. And as you have this moment alone before Tome's knock on the door a few hours later, how are you feeling?
Within the few hours, I've taken a small nap, and then I'm already sitting at the desk, sculpting away the malice with the runes from what I can remember from the brief glimpse I saw as it was being handed to Cavalis.
Yeah, you do. That made me very happy. As you sculpt out this blade into the carved sculpting sand, in your place of solitude, in your place of familiarity, a soft knock at the door.
It's open.
Sorry, did you say open? Like, it's open, or did you say you go to open it?
I said it's open.
Okay. I'll open the door and peek my head in, and seeing that you're like actually up and at your desk, I'll kind of like take like a relieved sigh, like, well, hey, it's may I come in?
You're already there.
Right. I'll step on the floor, and close the door behind me, and I'll be like, I'll walk a little closer. I'll be like, listen, um, we're headed to the Farhaven Isles to do a favor for Kay. He's obviously, as you know, done a lot for us, and it appears some of his friends have gone missing. Um, we don't know much about it, but I believe there was an initial party that went out for some sort of mission, and they didn't return. So then even a second party was sent, I believe, and they didn't return either. Um, so after we rescued you, um, we told Kay we'd go check it out for him because he's busy with all his other stuff. Um, we can't know for sure, but we do know that was he there? Was Calduin there in Lulara or whatever when we fought the big thing?
Muted.
No, I think he would have already been captured by then.
Right.
Yeah, because I was playing Nice at
Because
that point.
he was captured in New
Right.
Warren
What
before
was-
you guys went to Lulara.
what was that thing called?
The living blasphemy.
Right. So let's see where to start. Yonatan was having some issues with his connection to nature, and whenever he'd wild shape, it looked almost like ghoulish in nature and very like dark and decrepit until eventually he ended up turning in a sense, and I had to fight him off before this thing. Uh, they called it the living blasphemy. It came out of him. It was this large creature, and we had to fight it off. It was almost like a living portal. It's probably somewhere into the darkness's realm. But after we defeated it, this thing came out of it, and from what we heard from Gwaine, I believe he said there was a few of them, right? Like throughout the Boundless Shores. And from what we heard, I believe there could potentially be one in or around the Farhaven Isles. Whether or not that has anything to do with Kay's missing people, we're not sure. But I know you've been through hell, so as much as we're glad to have you back, you're perfectly fine to stay on the ship or anything like that that you may need if you need to recover when we get there. How long is it to the Farhaven Isles?
You're still a day and a half out. He has
Okay.
apt time to recover.
Well, yeah,
Physically,
yeah,
mentally might be a different story. Is that
exactly.
he's kind of been through hell, and so that's probably what I would pin it to. He does have time to heal.
Yes. Um, we're still about a day and a half away, but I understand that even with some time to rest, you probably won't be feeling 100%. So you do what you must.
Let's just say by the times I get there, there'll be some things I need to work out. And as I say that, I mess up on my sculpture.
Ah, good, good. Well, I'm glad you're feeling okay. I'll definitely be back to check in on you, and I'll go to walk away, and then I'll be like, oh, one more thing, actually. I'm gonna walk up to the desk, and I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out Cavalis's heart and set it on his desk and be like, I think was he with? Does he at least know about like the spire and stuff or anything?
He knows about Jeshma's spire.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
think he would know about like you guys
right.
infiltrating Cavalis' spire.
I'll be like, listen. After Jeshima's spire, we were able to find and locate Cavalis's tower. We realized there may have been some sort of conflict in order for us to get you back, and this, not realizing all the allies he had with him, was our trump card. But after what he and his people did to you, I want you to have this. This is Cavalis's heart. I don't know what will happen if it's destroyed, but I assume it will at least severely weaken him. So, after all that bastard did to you, I want it to be in your hands.
You know you're crazy, right?
It's supposedly supposed to be the source of his power. So, do with it what you will.
I grab the jar and look at it, and then I just sit it on the desk with the rest of the sculptures.
All right. Rest well, my friend. It's good to have you back.
It's
And then
good.
Tobin will turn to leave.
It's good to be back.
And as you turn the knob to open the door, pressing his ear up against the door, as you turn the latch and open it, you see kind of Yonatan stumble forward and fall to your feet.
Careful, you'll get sand in your mouth. Do we have a
Do we have a Yonatan?
Or is he on mute?
I
He's
was
done.
frozen there for a second.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
Repeat that one more time.
So as Tobin goes to open the door, Yonatan, your curiosity kind of got the best of you as you watched Tobin a few hours earlier carry Calduin downstairs, and then later went to check on him. And they've been speaking in the room for some time that your curiosity got the best of you as you pressed your ear up against the door. And as you're listening in for a while to their conversation, you hear the door unlatch and open as you fall to the feet of Tobin.
Careful, buddy. You'll get some sand in your mouth.
Howdy, neighbor. How are you doing this fine evening?
All right, I guess.
Still as chipper as ever, I see.
You could have just knocked.
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt your conversation, but speaking of Calduin, how is he?
Well,
Any-
I just kind of point. He's right there.
How are you, Calduin? Any wear and tear on that? Well, you know, on that body of yours.
I have to say, not
Anything
having
I
a
need
pounding headache is a relief.
Well, at least you're alive, right?
Sure.
Alright, well, I'll just... I mean, I can get a couple herbs or a potion from my room. And then...
I'm sure Beckett's already been in to look after him.
I raise my arm up to
Yes.
show the newly applied bandages.
Already done. You hear a voice shout from her room.
Alrighty then. Well, how do you feel, man? That must have been quite the experience on Volnar, to say the least.
It's not even the half of it.
Yeah. I can't imagine the pain you've gone through. When my village was wiped out, I was lost and layered or cloaked in pain. And so much so that I lost all my memories. But, you know, it'll get better eventually. It won't go away, but the pain will be less eventually.
Sure hope so. It's been 400 years so far.
Anyway, if you ever need to talk about anything, I'm here for you.
Appreciate it.
Tobin, a nagging thought while they're conversing kind of weighs down on you as an odd sense of guilt kind of washes across your chest as you're reminded of your family's connection to his pain You don't have to mention it if Tobin is unwilling, but the nagging thought crosses your mind.
Well, think we'll be on our way now. Let you rest up. But I'm glad to see you here and in one piece once again. I kind of usher Yonatan out of the room. Best to let him rest now, and close the door behind me before I head to my own room to spar with my dummy.
After a while of standing on the front of the ship, Osiris finally breaks his concentration as he approaches Alistair at the helm. I think it's time to discuss. Please, gather everyone in the war room.
War room, war room. I fucking love the war room.
Okay,
I think it's
then.
Tobin's favorite room.
I'll I'll lash down the helm then.
You see a copy of Osiris kind of walk out of Osiris's body. He says, "No need to worry. I'll take us to our destination."
Hey, Wes,
I
quick question.
expect that's a very popular trick with the ladies. Okay, well,
Shoots you a wink as the master copy of Osiris heads down towards the war room.
all right, and I head downstairs in order to gather everyone up.
Hey, Wes, quick question.
Yeah.
Is all of my stuff in my room? Like my sword and gun and
Yes.
everything? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Alistair gathers his compatriots to all enter the war room to see Mr. O sitting in the center, in one of the center chairs on the other side of the table, resting his legs on top of the table.
Head of the table on the other side.
You all.
Man, I just cleaned that table. Literally just.
One prestidigitation and it's all the same.
You all find your seats.
I mimic his legs up on the table.
Calvin.
I put my legs up on the table as well, just kind of mimicking.
Calvin walks in wearing a clean duster coat, hat, and sporting his new scabbard with a sword in it.
When I see him looking, I'll definitely like smirk.
Seeing you all take your seats, Alistair. I don't know why I said that. Osiris looks out towards each and every one of you, crosses his arms cockily. Well, you've had an interesting couple of days. A demigod's fire, zombies and a dragon, a kraken. Then, an island of horror leading to the revelation of a secret blood god and a league of villains looking to take over the realms. Not to mention, rescued, might I say daringly, by an opponent, a once not opponent, in the chess game your lives have now become. You're welcome, by the way. He kind of adjusts himself, placing his legs back onto the ground and tucking himself closer to the table.
Yeah, I did the same thing, but like while he was talking in the weird accent, just kind of like to lean forward and be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I think your first question is why. Right?
Because it entertains you.
Definitely nearing the top of the list.
Why would I hand you the key to my brother's spire? Why save you from the clutches of the vainglorious X? Takes a deep breath, and his kind of cocky demeanor shifts to a more honest one. The answer is complicated. Of course, most things are now. I am all that you think I am. Osiris, demigod of chaos, former CEO of the Assassin's Hatch that you now know as Hatch Co. and the Sons of Osiris. Although I stand before you, with you, I am not. My curse is that I am bound to my spire. Long ago, I set out to cause the most chaos from one place. What an amazing thing I created. Organized chaos. The perfect paradox. But in years it came with a realization. There is no chaos without order. There can be no light without dark. As my company grew beyond me, I realized chaos could live without me. As you all know, my siblings and I each have a heart. My company was my heart. I let my heart go, chaos incarnate through my successes. Two hearts currently remain on board. The heart that lies within the bowels of the ship can feel it. The power, the confusion. You don't know what to do with it, do you? The second heart, Tobin Riamond,
He
you
nods.
are the heart of Jeshima. He smiles. At first, you think it's a cocky smile, but you look into his eyes and it's almost sympathetic.
Yeah, I admittedly just came to that conclusion as you were mentioning the hearts on board, but given my recent dealings with my mother, it clicked, as you would say, once you mentioned that there were two hearts on board.
Allow me to tell you a tale. Ragnar sent the heralds on a mission. They had located the Dark General and were sent to eliminate her and her heart. They arrived in Scorch Town, kicked down your front door. Your brave grandfather, of course, took up arms to defend his home and was met with a bullet to the head. Your mother, of course, had already gone and retreated to her spire. Your father, away in Calamdoon. You were being taken care of your grandparents. They entered your room. All three holy ones stood over your infant body and discussed your fate. I tell you this to show you that all that you see is not all that is. I have grown tired and seek asylum. To walk alongside my brethren, not as adversaries, but as friends. I conquered the Boundless Shores once, curated a war that culminated in one of the most catastrophic events in recent history. I miss the grass, the sun, the sea. That is why I've chosen a side.
Purely selfish and self-indulgent it ends, but I can't argue with the memes. You appreciate that which you do not have anymore. But that is, dare I say, human nature.
I'm the god of chaos. Humans are my domain.
Events of Palor's Tear.
Is your mic currently hooked up? You seem really echoey and tinny and a little bit distant.
Is that better?
That is way better. Hell yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry for the interruption. Continue.
So, the events that led up to Palor's Tear, that killed most of my people. You were the perpetrator of these actions? The mastermind? I don't.
Curator.
Curator.
Instigator. Mastermind is a bit extreme.
Manipulator.
The war was brewing anyways. I sought victory, power, control. I took out their king and replaced it with a different king. I gave them guns. I gave them means. I gave them food. They decided to war. And someone else decided to explode the mountain. That was not me. I only sought domination. Did not seek catastrophe. I'm not the god of vengeance. I'm not the god of evil. People crave chaos. You, Yonatan, are a master of nature. Chaos is in your blood. I did not cause your pain. You did. You all did. Your blood, your mind, your bodies, your swords. I merely capitalized. Blame me if you must. I've told you my resolve.
So you sought to seek order and domination only for the domino effect of pure chaos to be wrought instead.
I am not the god of consequence. Sir Riamond the Brave. What are you thinking? You always have something to say.
During this whole conversation, Tobin was just staring. Like, well, since the relevant bit to himself, he was just kind of staring at the table, flipping a quill in his hand, just staring at the table. You're telling me that Kay killed my grandfather?
And argued your own fate. Do I have to tell you which ones defended you? And which one held the gun to your head?
Kay's the only one that uses a gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would assume Gwaine defended me and Kay held the gun to my head. The only thing that makes sense.
Does it?
Well, Kay's the one who uses the gun.
Of course. You recently saw a blade out of time. Blade that should not, does not exist. Do you know that sword?
Is he asking me?
I'm asking the table.
Oh.
How much would Caldoun know of Malice?
Not much. But you do get a sense of dread and bloodlust from the sword, as you know the poem inscribed onto the blade, and that is not a happy poem. That blade has a fraction of the kills as a sword wielded by your holy Gwaine. Do you know of his past or just his deity?
You're a celestial yourself. Do you think you need to you need to ask us if somebody who works for the gods told us much about their life?
Mhm. Resentment. I like it.
That was more just a matter of fact, but
Well, it is matter of fact.
we know nothing of any of the heralds' lives before their eternal servitude to the gods.
Why do you think they keep it hidden? I'll see you again soon, friends. And we will discuss a further plan. Right now, you have your hands full. Rest for what limited hours you have left. If I know anything about my father, you're walking into a trap. I'm gonna enjoy this. As he fades to to nothing.
Hope you and Jonathan just whispers under his breath. Hope you enjoy the show, you fucking prick.
Tobin's gonna get up and neatly tuck his chair in before going to his room without a word.
So,
I think you're muted, Alistair.
The hell was with him? I mean, yeah, he goes ahead and pulls us out of the frying pan, but at the same time, comes down here and tries to go ahead and screw with us like this just because he can?
Chaos.
Eh. Well, if we've got a few hours to worry about resting, then I'd say we take the initiative and lay down for a good rest, because no doubt we're going to need it. If anyone wants any meals, I've got a whole service of them down inside of my hole.
Or Golem's stomach rumbles very loudly.
You know I could always eat.
See, some
Alrighty.
things never change.
Some things never change, some things stay the same. You know it.
Is there anything anyone wishes to do with the brief time that you have? Or would we like to fast track to the next chapter?
I say, unless anybody does have anything pressing they'd like to do, I say we fast track and take our break before we go to whatever island we're going to.
go ahead, Liam.
I was just gonna say, Calduin goes up to the top deck and just practices some sword drills, enjoying the fresh air.
Jonathan is going to go up to, just gonna go up to the eye, where a lookout would go on a
Crow's
ship.
nest?
Yeah, crow's nest. Go up to the crow's nest. I assume it's mostly made of wood.
Yeah.
So Jonathan is just gonna make an extension on the crow's eye with wood shape and just make it like a huge circle, basically. And he's just going to make a druidic circle, a druidic meditation circle, and just reflect on his experiences with the Everdark and his journey with his friends and allies, and see if there's still any resemblance left of the Everdark's presence within himself.
As you sit and meditate for a while, the salt of the sea carried by the warm tropical breeze, you reflect and you sit for a while as you reflect on the Everdark. You find no darkness within you, but a pit of anxiety and unknowing forms in your stomach as you fear for the journey ahead, but you find peace in the time that you have. As we're going to go on a quick break, and we will return very soon. After a few hours of rest and solitude and a moment to breathe, the Adenau aboard the Candelabra drift towards the island of Farhaven. You see very clearly the dark sunrise to the southwest, like an ink blotch on a painting of which should be a beautiful afternoon in the southern seas. The warm tropical breeze carrying your sail. Apart from the waves, there's a severe lack of sound. The island before you seems like it would be a beautiful tropical getaway. A small beach town lies on the western side of the island, a small dock to the northern side of the town, with a long beach littered in umbrellas and a few sand castles. But something here seems off. The colors of the beach houses are faded. Who's typing very loudly?
Oh, that would be me. Sorry.
A once welcoming getaway seems eerie and empty. As your ship approaches the island, you look for any signs of life, but you find none. No person, nor seagull, not even a corpse. Sounds feel muffled, as if the closer you are, the quieter your surroundings are. Even the waves begin to mute themselves as the breeze suddenly dies down. Bringing the candelabra into port, they dock as you all exit onto the pier of Farhaven City.
Before that, I'm going to scoop up one of my completed creations of a 25 charge wand of flame sands.
After everybody's got everything, Tobin will put the candelabra in the bottle.
Dee's looking around. You know, I grew up in a magic shop and nothing was as creepy as this.
It's quiet. Definitely quieter than it should be.
We should stay on our toes.
Agreed. So where do we start?
Getting off the boat, probably.
We
We're
are
off the boat.
You know, it could go straight.
check out some of the houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, although it doesn't seem... It is early. I suppose we could, check out the town and see if it is as empty as it looks. Look for any signs of Kay's party, not that we have much to go off of.
As
Yeah, I guess
you
let's do a quick sweep. I don't know.
as you approach the city, it's so silent you could hear a pin drop. The creak of the boardwalk beneath you. The city itself is desolate, as if no one lived here in the first place. The market is empty, all windows and doors are locked. Even the clotheslines are empty. Once you begin to feel as if you were alone, as you approach further into the city, a humanoid shadow that you're all too familiar with drifts from around the corner and goes down the street. It seems to either not notice you or doesn't care of your presence.
What do you mean familiar with?
It's a similar shadow that attacked Lulara that
Oh,
came
okay.
from the
The unholy abomination.
yeah, whatever it's called. The word's escaping me.
Mhm.
Living
The
blasphemy.
living blasphemy. That came out of me.
I'll just kind of like seeing that. I'll be like, quietly. I'll be like, guys, did you see that thing? It seems like it's headed somewhere. We should follow it.
I mean, you're muted, Alistair.
I passed the skill rod back over to Tobin.
Thank you. Yeah, is it going like fast?
Not too fast. It's just drifting, kind of seeming to your eye a little bit aimlessly as it drifts down the street.
It doesn't seem to like have like it's heading somewhere. Well, it's
Could
it
you
seems
roll me a spot check?
Sure.
First roll of the new year, yay.
Spot.
That is
Spot. There we go. God, my eyes aren't working. Where is my it's gonna be 17.
17. You creeping forward, purging further into the city, watching this shadow. At first, it seemed like it doesn't have a destination. But as you look out into the street, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 more shadow creatures emerge. And as they too kind of seemingly drift in no direction, as you watch them and study them for a moment, although their movement is quite sporadic, they all seem to be heading towards the center of town.
Okay. Yeah, we'll continue to follow, like, loosely, like as long as we can see them, but like from a good distance, even though they don't seem.
Yeah, so you're
interested
doing
in
this
us.
stealthily?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say stealthily, but just like it's not like we're running after them, armor like clanking around. Like we're just kind of like walking behind them a good distance.
Nees has gone into full infiltrator mode, invisibility, sneaking, the works.
Alright.
I'm keeping the harpoon covered as a surprise.
Jonathan is going to follow them sneakily.
So you begin to follow the ghosts down a few blocks until the shadows walk through walls of a building and beyond your reach as you kind of for a little bit you search around and try to regain their tracks, but they seem to have vanished.
It seemed like they were going like into the building or just like through it.
Through it.
Okay.
But as you kind of searched around the building, you couldn't find any traces of where they went after.
So where are we now? Are we in the center of town now?
You're getting closer. This is a pretty big town. As you're approaching a little bit, could you you no on your spot check, Tobin, as for a little bit, you guys searched around the nearing blocks to try and find a trace of where the shadows went. You get an itch on your neck that you're not alone. Something is watching you.
I'll like it seems like it's behind me, or just like that something's watching.
Something
from
is
somewhere?
watching you from somewhere.
Okay.
And on your spot check, you look around and can't see anything, but you have that itch that you're being watched.
I'll stop, and as like everybody kind of like catches up, and we're all like within good earshot, I'll just be like, guys, I feel like there's definitely something watching us. I've got this feeling that I can't shake, so please stay on your toes. I say we just head into the center of town and see what we can see. Yeah?
All right.
Sounds good.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm hearing like a squeaking or popping noise. Is anybody else hearing that?
Yeah.
I am
I am.
hearing that.
Somebody's mic.
Is anybody fucking with their mic?
Whoever it was is gone now.
Yeah, no, I don't hear it anymore either.
Sorry, it was just very distracting.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed.
So as you guys begin to walk further into the town, you're still kind of on the the exterior port side of the town. You haven't really reached very far into the town, as the shadows didn't really have an aim. They kind of led you throughout the town, and you find yourself back near to the northern side near the port where you guys entered. So you all begin to walk towards the center. Alistair, you gonna say something?
Does anyone mind if, before we leave town, I check out the commercial district? I want to see if I can pick up some iron.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, that's probably fine. Are we close to the center of town yet? Like,
You're just finished your conversation as you guys are beginning to walk. Alistair asked to find some iron. Who
but
would I say is leading your charge right now?
Tobin.
Tobin?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know where Knees is. He could be in front, but
Nah,
I
he's
think
lead. He'd be in the back just so nobody tramples over him.
fair enough.
Okay. 28 will hit you,
Who?
Tobin.
Let me check. Hold on.
I'm assuming if he's unexpected, or if this isn't expected, then he's flat-footed as well.
Yeah, so that would probably. Damn, I must not have saved. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it'll hit.
You hear a quick whiz of a projectile, and then an intense, sharp pain in your abdomen as you look down and see blood leaking over your armor. you see a bullet wound within the crooks of your armor. And as you begin to study it, stunned, you're the bullet explodes. As we're gonna switch to combat.
How much damage?
You'll see in a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay.
I'm switching to my combat mode.
The
You
good
lost
news
a
is your
leg.
top half took half of the damage. The bad news
Dude.
is your bottom half took the other half.
He only beat my AC by 1. But it was flat-footed, I guess. So, by 4. But
Nope. I realized.
Oh no! Spoilers! The end of the campaign.
I realized that I have the 2 perfect dice sets for both my characters. I have a red set for Calduin and an orange set for Knees.
that's actually so sweet.
Roll for initiative, suckers.
You know what? Because of that, I will go for my set that looks like this. It
Uh,
looks kind of icy.
Before you roll for initiative, Dean, I need Knees, Calduin, Beckett, Alistair, or Golan and Tobin to roll me reflex.
It's not bad. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. That's gonna be a 25. Who's rolling for Beckett? Are you rolling for Beckett, Wes?
Yeah, who's gonna play Beckett this session? Alistair, would you like to play Beckett this session?
Sure.
Cleric / warlock shouldn't be too bad.
Yep. Just need
Yeah, hopefully they've provided everything to play their character on their sheet.
Well, we'll find out in a moment.
That's a
Um,
15 for Knees and a 14 for Calduin.
15 and a 14, okay.
I got a
Pass from Tobin.
29.
Okay. What about Alistair?
A flat 20 on the reflex check.
Or Golan, Alistair, and Tobin are gonna take 14 fire damage. Dumbass. Why the fuck did I say 14? Why the fuck did I say 8 damage? Knees, and Calduin, and Beckett are going to take 16 fire damage. As the bullet explodes in a fireball. Knees, as your damage do become visible, and as you kind of recovering from the blast, you see creeping around the corner 2 bloodhound agents dressed in their black and red ninja attire. As they creep out of the corners, weapons drawn.
Hang on a second, I'm still doing math in my head. Because I'm very slow right now.
You got bullet damage for me yet?
Bullet damage. Oh, sorry, I didn't do bullet damage for you. Bullet damage is. Sorry, I am an unprepared DM. Nothing changes, eh? 23 damage.
Damn.
Seeing the two bloodhound agents. Don't shoot, it's me!
You saying that and watch their movements as you study their eyes, as their eyes are completely glossed over in a dark purple hue, as the limited parts of skin you can see is cracked with black, almost like shattered glass.
Great.
That's not good.
Seems somebody got to Kay's boys first.
Because we know what happened to the elites.
Chris,
Yes.
can you tell me about non-lethal damage?
Well, what would you like to know about it? Anyone can perform non-lethal damage. You can even choose to use non-lethal effort with a weapon. For example, hitting someone with the flat of your sword. However, in doing so incurs a -4 to strike, unless, of course, you've specifically have feats with regards to causing non-lethal.
Or you're a monk.
Alternatively, if you have the merciful quality on a weapon, then you can do it freely, with extra damage even.
Oh, we lost the James.
Unarmed attacks are by default non-lethal, unless of course you have a improved unarmed strike.
Sorry, I completely cut out there. Can you explain that to me one more time?
Unless you have feats related to attacking non-lethally, then anyone can do a non-lethal attack at -4 by, for example, trying to hit someone with the flat of their blade.
Okay, so it's -4 to hit, and then is damage is the same but non-lethal?
Yes.
Okay.
Alternatively, all unarmed attacks are non-lethal, and unless, of course, you have improved unarmed strike, then you can choose whether you go lethal or non-lethal.
Okay, so my weapon has like basically like an enchantment that does like an extra d6 of ice damage. Would that still also hit as non-lethal as long as I hit the non-lethal?
Technically, I believe so.
Okay, cool.
It is energy, not a physical component, so
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So just -4 to hit. That's not too bad. I'm just feeling like me's well, what's his face? K probably doesn't want us killing his boys if it's avoidable.
Similarly, you can also choose to try to do a non-lethal attack with a ranged weapon. In that case, you're aiming for like a shoulder, a knee, a hand, an arm, that kind of
cool.
thing.
Yeah,
Is that
our
also
job.
-4 to hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, guys, we're not trying to kill them. We're just gonna cripple them for the rest of their lives by shooting
Nothing that
them
natural
in
healing
the
won't
down.
resolve.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it one of us in our older campaign that tried to do a non-lethal attack and just completely broke a guy's jaw, killing him anyways?
I'm pretty sure was that Adrian? I feel like that was Adrian.
Either
I think that was Adrian.
it was either
Sounds like
Adrian
the
or
damage
Owen.
occasioned.
Yeah.
Because you were
I
playing a
think that may have
barbarian.
actually been Beckett in this campaign.
Really?
Was it?
They punched a guy and they were so low health that they died.
Oh,
I don't remember.
If
Yeah,
they're
I
doing
don't think that was
lethal,
intended.
then that'll knock them unconscious, but it shouldn't kill them.
Well, don't worry about it.
Well, don't worry about it. As I need everybody to roll initiative.
Do I want to use that here?
I'm rolling a lot of 13s today. That's
Well,
not my initiative. I
No,
said.
I'm saving that.
First nat 20 of the year.
Yay!
Second, I rolled
Why did I
1 and 2.
get that last time?
Yeah.
Oh,
You-
third
you
nat
guys-
20.
Oh
Dang.
my god.
You're kidding me.
That's fucked up.
Let's go, boys.
On this episode of How
I
Fucked
got a
Up is
dirty
Fucked Up.
20.
That's
That's
fucked up.
fucked up.
And for Beckett,
Oh shoot. I
Uh,
hope your recording is working, Liam, because I messed up.
Yeah, it's still going strong, thankfully.
It was just something because since I just had to rejoin the call, it
Beckett and I rolled a 25.
Okay, hold on. 25 plus.
Beckett and I at 25.
Who's got higher decks between you two?
She has +4 and me. So Alistair. However, Beckett has the higher overall mod because of improved
25
initiative.
to 20.
23.
dirty 20.
Knees also has a dirty
20.
20. 3 dirty 20s.
Who's got higher decks?
I've got
15.
16.
No,
20.
wrong one. I'm looking at Caldwin's. 18 decks.
20 decks.
So it goes Nate, Liam, James.
And that just
And
leaves.
that's for knees.
Yep. Yeah, Caldwin got 12.
Hmm.
I decided to save my hair trigger reflex for something bigger.
Yeah, fair enough. You never know.
Uh, 20 to 19.
I think all that's left is Caldwin, which he rolled a 12.
Really? 1, 2, 3, 4. Calduin 5. Alistair 1, 2,
Owen got a
3,
23.
4, 5. Oh shit, I did write that down. Whoops.
Yeah, there's 2 25s, 1 23, 3 dirty 20s, and a 12.
And then what does Calduin get?
He got a 12.
What's your no, never mind.
What's up?
It's a really depressing movie about. No.
That's good. Figure out who.
Alright. So, top of the round
Whoa.
goes to the unknown shooter who's going to make 2 attacks towards Rogolan.
Haha.
Shit.
He got bored of shooting me after he blew up my abdomen.
The first one is going to be 26.
Maybe.
And the second one is going to be 24.
I guess those hit.
You guess? Alright, well, if you insist. The first... Okay! I just rolled max damage on one of my
Oh, for
dice.
fuck's sakes.
Uh,
Of course you roll it against me.
16 piercing and 4 electric damage.
Okay.
So 20 damage in total.
All right.
Alistair, you're up with Beckett on deck.
Okay.
As you see in front of you, you see one more bloodhound emerge, but you haven't seen 4 and 5 yet.
Is that blue thing over there anything, or is that just part of the map?
No, that's also an enemy, but you don't see her
Oh,
yet
okay.
either.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the unknown shooter.
Word.
Um. I'm going to go west 2 squares, southwest 1 square, west 1 square, and then northwest 1 square. So that way I'm
Up
just
here?
behind. Yep.
Get that partial covered.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm going to huck my harpoon at number 1.
Alright, go ahead and roll your attack.
Alrighty. That is
So, has Tobin seen like bloodhounds yet? Like that they're bloodhounds?
Yeah. Also, you
Okay.
all have seen that they're bloodhounds.
Right. Has Alistair? He's been to caves with us, so he'd recognize the uniform, right?
He's seen this uniform before.
Okay.
does a 25 hit?
25 will hit.
Okay. Then I'm rolling the 1d10 plus 4. 7 points of damage.
7 damage on number 1.
Yep.
Alright.
And I choose to discharge the stored spell from my spell storing enchantment.
What'd that
Oh?
spell be, dog?
Shivering Touch. He's about to take 3d6 points of dex damage.
Oh, shit.
If you lose all of your stats, you fucking die, right? Like.
Only
No,
Constitution.
only in Constitution.
Oh. Okay.
Anything else, you become paralyzed or you go catatonic, depending on whether it's a mental or physical score.
That is very smart. That's what we need. Good shit, buddy.
Okay, well, that is only a 10, but
Hey,
it's
that's
still
not
going
bad,
to
though.
mess him up for his AC.
True. Make sure you keep in mind. But if you can do that thing again, you can probably render that guy catatonic.
No.
No?
Nope. That was my one shot with it.
Ah, okay.
I'll need to recharge it later.
Maybe see if Beckett has any spells that do any dex damage or anything.
Not by the prepped ones.
Ah, okay.
As, if that's what you do with your turn, it's on to Beckett.
Yep.
So for cleric spells or whatever most of her spells are they like prepped from a pool or are they prepped from like all cleric spells?
She's allowed to, or they're allowed to draw from all of the cleric spells that exist. However, there is a pre-prepped list on this sheet.
Oh, well, since it's kind of a new day and you're playing Beckett, I'm sure you'd be allowed to use the spells you want, but you might not want to take the time to go like get the spells.
Yeah.
Also,
a
I
little
feel it'd be a
unreasonable to
little
do on the
metagamey.
fly.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now that we're like actually in combat, yeah. But
You know what? I'm going to.
and that's probably the one she'd use. So yeah, I guess just use them. When Beckett's not fucking shit up with a triple damage on a scythe, she usually does buffs or like heals and shit. Because she's usually got like bull's strength and cat's grace.
Let's go. Let's go West, 4 squares, southwest 1 square, and west 1 more square. And from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to fling an Eldritch Blast at number 2.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Warlock that shit.
That's 6 damage.
Nice.
Ah. I lost my pen. There it is. 6 damage?
Yes.
On number
You need
2?
to roll for an attack,
Yes.
though. It's a rage touch attack.
Yes, sorry.
No worries.
For their attack roll,
Hopefully this hits.
15 plus ranged, 26.
And that would be against touch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll
Oh, yeah,
hit.
That ought to hit.
As you fling this eldritch energy out, and it takes a form of like a yellow electricity as it slams into number 2 as its eyes. It's sounds animalistic, and its eyes
Feral.
focus onto Beckett. Number 3 is gonna go. He's gonna run up here as he too growls out as he brandishes his long sword, staring down Tobin and Argolan.
For context, they didn't take any dex damage if they are undead. Because they
Not
are
technically.
I hope
They
they're
are
not
immune.
undead. These are the people we're here to save.
They're not technically undead, but I would need further rolls to investigate their state.
Right.
Orgolan, you're up with Jonathan and Peter on deck.
Quick question. If you grapple somebody, can somebody else, like, easily restrain them? Like, tie them up or anything?
That is a thing that can be done.
Okay, cool.
Multiple people can grapple the same person.
So, seeing Orgolan winding up to, like, get him, I'll be like, hey, these are clearly bloodhounds, but they're definitely being controlled by something. Do you want to try and help me restrain this guy up here?
Let's do it.
Do you have some sort of rope or anything?
I don't think I do, unfortunately.
Does anybody have rope? Talking is a free action. I'm pretty sure we could chat.
I have rope.
Yeah, Jonathan, when you have a minute, can you bring me some rope?
Absolutely.
I forgot to write my backpack for both my characters.
Alistair also has rope.
Noted.
Alright.
100 feet of it.
Oh, very nice.
Plus the harpoon has a 30-foot
Yeah,
chain.
I can get to them easily.
Yeah, Caldoan
so-
has 50 feet of hemp rope, and
So maybe if you want to go try and restrain this guy, I'll meet you up there with some rope. If you want to weaken him up a little bit, your call.
so
Alright.
does
Because
Sneeze.
it might take a bit for me to get up there.
I am going to run at number 3. Take a strike at him while using Stunning Fist.
Oh, nice. I forgot about that. Good idea.
And I can't do a grapple in the same turn, can I?
I don't think so. That'd take a action.
Yeah, grapple's a
Alright.
standard action.
Yeah, so you can't attack him. Stunning
Okay.
Fist is a good idea, though.
Alright. Alright, so that's a 21 to hit.
21.
Number 3.
21 does not hit.
Ah, yikes.
On number 2's turn, I'm going to need to have a little bit of a reflex save done.
Alrighty, I'll let you know.
Okay.
As could you describe your miss to this readied infected ninja?
Alright, so as I run towards him, I'm going to... As I get close, I'm just gonna jump and just try to punch him in the face and just miss.
As you jump and try to like Superman punch towards his jaw, he takes a small side swipe as you land down and stumble as he's
Hi, how are you?
Jonathan and Peter, you're up.
Oh yeah, you could even have Peter bring me the rope if you want to do something else with your turn. It's your
I
call.
could do that. Would handing Peter the rope, would handing Peter the rope?
No, I'll say that's a free action. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just hand Peter the rope and then order him to move up to where Tobin is.
How much is this movement?
50.
Alright, yeah, you can reach Tobin just fine.
How many feet of rope is it? Do you know?
50 feet.
Okay, sweet.
As Peter runs up and drops the rope towards at Tobin's feet. Jonathan, what do you do with your turn?
I am going to move 2 squares west and 1 square north. And then I am going to shoot number 2 twice.
Through Beckett?
I have a bow. Like I could.
Yeah, but like through
Yeah,
Beckett?
but Beckett is currently obstructing your view.
You might want to go up another 2 steps, and then you might be able to. Or how much
Okay.
movement have you used? You can probably get up
I've
next
used
to knees
10
and hit
feet
too, I feel
or 15 feet. But yeah, I
No, like
go
on
up
the other
north
side.
2 more squares.
Yeah, you can make it up here, and you can shoot at 2.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Bink.
That's sick.
Yeah, go ahead and bink number 2 as you want to describe you releasing your arrow.
We gotta get Orgolan down there. We need us a boink.
For non-lethal damage. So as Jonathan prepares his shot, he just reminds himself that he's not trying to kill these dog folk, as he's just trying to incapacitate.
They're not dog folk, they're just ninjas. The
Or
dog folk
ninjas.
are the other guy's persons.
He's not trying to kill anybody here. He's just going to incapacitate them. He doesn't need any more trouble than he needs. So Jonathan just preparing his first 2 shots at like the like aiming sort of like at the like collarbone shoulder area as he fires his shots towards that is going to be that is a 25 and a 22 to hit.
Both will hit.
Okay. so that is going to be 1d8. Nice. Okay, that is going to be 24 non-lethal piercing damage
Ooh.
in total.
And that's on number 2?
Yes.
All right. Knees, you're up with Tobin on deck.
Jonathan, let me pass. As I move 4 spaces to the left. Because I have 20 feet of movement. Hooray. And
Try and block you from movement.
and I'm going to do something that we haven't done in a long time. I'm going to hold my action until number 1 gets within 30 feet of range.
As soon as he moves like 5 feet, just pop. So I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he's 35 feet away.
Yeah. All right, bet. Tobin, you're up.
Yeah, I am going to. Can I grab the rope for a free action? Like
Yeah.
how he pulled it out? Okay. So I'll grab the rope off the ground, and then I will take a run action to get up on the right side of 3. Is there a flanking bonus for grapple?
Not that I know of.
Every additional person beyond the first engaged inside of a grapple, you gain a +2 bonus on your grapple check.
Like he has, like Orgolan has to also be grappling him to get that bonus.
Yes.
Okay.
Alternatively, you can attack a person while they're on the ground inside of the middle of a grapple, and they're at a -4 AC.
Right. I just want to be here because I couldn't get there on my own, with just my move action. So now I'm here. So now Orgolan will at least get a flanking bonus if he tries to hit him again.
Flanking bonuses only apply unless you have a flexible flanker if you're directly across from them.
Directly? What do you mean directly across?
So you'd have to
As in
be in
you are
front of
on 2
Orgolan.
opposite sides.
Then I'll go behind him.
That will also incur an attack of opportunity.
Why? This is the
Because you're
same
moving
movement
through
action.
threatened square. Because you're moving
okay.
through threatened squares of number 3.
That's
Actually,
fine.
you would have incurred one as soon as you passed by the diagonal for number 3.
Whatever.
I
I'll
thought
go
it was when
behind
you attempted to leave a threatened square.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes,
Well, I
and-
guess I am technically doing that because I'm going through one.
Yes. Because there was the adjacent side to Orgolan that number 3 could have threatened when Tobin moved up that extra square to where he is now.
That also would mean that they'd have a reach of 10 feet, though.
Those are 10-foot squares?
No, they're.
Well, if it's like diagonal,
No,
or
he said
Then it's a
adjacent. That
5-foot.
means
Oh, sorry.
next to.
Yeah, I'm mixing up my Jason and.
Yeah. But West, yes, I'd
So-
like to be behind him. You can do. your
Yeah,
attack.
so you attempt to pass by. And as you flank past Orgolan, you feel a sharp into your rib cage.
I don't even get like an AC check. Like, what's happening?
I rolled a natural 20.
What's the total?
40 something.
Jeez,
20 plus 10 plus 14.
that's fucked up. He's happy, guys.
And then the crit's gonna follow through as well with what's your AC?
Why?
What's your AC?
Is it number 3 attacking me?
Yeah.
28.
It will succeed with a 29, 15 plus 14.
Ah, bullshit. That sucks. This guy's getting so lucky.
Attack of opportunity can only deter one standard action attack, not a full round.
This is off of one attack.
Oh. It requires 2 AC checks?
For the critical table.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Forgot
right,
about that.
Okay, yeah.
Which the critical table merits an extra attack. And so it first attack is going to stab it through.
This armor sucks.
Who's responsible for that crap?
Are you resistant to ice damage?
I don't know, am I? You tell me, man.
I don't think I gave you anything.
You didn't, but you should. That'd be cool.
So that'll be 15 damage as stabbing through and twisting the blade, he retracts it, and as you move past, he goes for one more strike to your back with another 20. Wow, I'm rolling a lot of 15s. With another 29 to hit.
You're poopy.
And that will be 15 damage.
I am pretty bloodied, just so.
As you through these attacks, you follow through and find your footing behind him, but you allowed yourself to take very critical damage.
Can I take a mini healing elixir as a bonus action?
Yep.
Sweet. What's the? Is that just a? What did you say for those?
D4 and con.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm munching. I'm proud that I'm DMing. So, emerging from the shadows, a small goblinoid figure rushes up behind Orgolan and brandishes clawed daggers on her hands as she too has the faded purple eyes and the cracks, the black cracks in her skin.
No sign of like blood hunter apparel or anything though.
Yeah, still Bloodhunter apparel, but this
okay.
is more casual. Those who have trained with the Bloodhunters recognize this as grit.
But where did she just come from? Sorry, I was looking at my character.
Hiding underneath this palm tree here.
Oh damn, very nice.
That's another natural 20.
Holy dude.
Can you not kill us?
Yeah. You need to take a chill pill and grab a different D20, please.
So the first one definitely hits. Second is a 16.
Which misses.
Third is an 11, which misses. And the last is a 16.
Only the first one hits.
Damn.
Is it not a full round action to do like all 4 of those attacks?
It is.
You're right. So it would have just been the first 2 numbers. Which the first hits and the second one misses. It does a 32 hit.
Yep.
All right. Rolling on the crit table. And I rolled another 2, which means it's an extra attack.
You bastard.
The first attack is going to go through. 9 slashing and 3 fire damage.
Not too bad. That's
And a natural 19 on the extra attack, which means that hits.
What's she attacking with?
Like claw daggers.
Oh, okay.
And that will be
Can natural weapons crit?
10 slashing and another 3 fire. They're not natural weapons. No, they're just
Oh, they're
claw-like
claw-shaped
daggers.
dagger. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
Sorry.
Tiger
Are
claws.
they like those kind of? Oh yeah, I see.
Imagine like wearable Wolverine
Yeah,
claws
yeah, I
is
know, I
kind
got
of
you.
how I'm imagining it.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sick. She's a cool character.
Ouch.
As lacerations are torn down your back, Orgolan, as she viciously tears into you.
Is she cut up at all? Like, does this appear to be blood hunter magic? Like that and stuff?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Sure. Oof. Let's see.
So basically, they're using something like the Ninja Turtles Tekko Kagis.
Knowledge. That's gonna be a 14. Not the big.
A 14. So the extra magical damage on top of their attacks seem to be blood hunter magic, but their own quirks seem to be their own abilities that they've brought to the table. Up next is Calduin.
Okay. So Calduin is going to. I turn into my Wraith form, and I go up 30 feet, trying to go to the person attacking Orgolan.
Dude, we're gonna get like
30 feet brings you here.
Yep. And that's all I
That's
can do.
funny because I'm flanking 3, and then Grit's flanking Orgolan. And if Calduin gets, or I guess Orgolan's probably facing the wrong way for that, but it'd be funny if it was flank.
Urgold's kind of being sandwiched right now.
Yeah, that's okay. He's into it.
Flank
Ayo.
sandwich. Flank steak.
Sorry, I am getting the munchies and I'm forgetting that I am DMing. So that's all Calduin does with his turn?
Unfortunately.
Happens, brother. Been there. I just delivered rope and then got beat up with my last turn.
Number 1 is going to go, and as he moves 5 feet forward, Neeza's trap is going to activate.
As soon as he comes into range, a billowing fog comes out of Nisa's mouth as both 1 and 2 need to make a reflex save as I am using my weakening breath on them.
Nice. We have some good fucking shit for capture. quick little munch break.
Munch,
I rolled
munch, munch.
fucking horribly.
Ah,
Yay.
unfortunate. Wait, no, that's good.
The only munchies I know is Munchie Mix.
Reflexes will be 17 and 15.
Did I not write that down? Thought I did. I'll have to update this later because I thought I had the reflex saves written down with my breath attacks, but seems like I do not. I know the last time it was 17, but we leveled up, so I don't know if it went up. But I'll just go with the 17 one. So the 17 one passes. Anything lower than that fails.
So one pass, one fail.
So the one that passes has -6 for 2 rounds. The one that failed, -6 to strength for 4 rounds. Ow.
Oh shoot! Sorry, I was muted. What's the other one got? Number one has -6 dex and -6 strength.
Yeah.
What's the other one get?
They both are getting -6 to strength. It's just one has it.
Oh, okay.
The one that succeeded only has it for 2 rounds instead of 4.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Can you throw it on pause for just a minute?
Yep.
Number 2 had a trigger on him, as it is now his turn.
Okay, I'm going to need to have him do a reflex save, please. DC 17.
He will pass.
Okay, then he is not harpooned.
Actually, technically, one should still go because you stopped him once he reached Neese's range.
Oh. No, he stopped. He was stunned by the lack of strength. 2 is gonna charge forward though, and is going to attack Knees. As he charges forward, sweeping his long sword in a downright position, you see ice shards line his long sword. As Knees, you're familiar with the bloodhound magic of Crimson Right, as it slashes through you. Sorry. My phone decided to close down on me. Sorry, can I redo that real quick? He is gonna do that, but he's gonna do it in a different order. Number 2 locks eyes with Knees. And he snarls as he runs his fingers along his blade, as you see blood drawn. It streaks the blade. As he stares into you, you feel it's a sensation of a ghost grasping your heart. And as it kind of squeezes and crushes and like holds your heart there, you kind of feel this harsh pressure in your chest. As you'd know that this is a blood curse.
Okay.
That he's inflicting upon you. As he charges forward, the ice shards along his blade as he slashes towards you. The first attack is a 25, and the second attack is a 17.
First one hits.
The first one will hit. Uh, 10 slashing and 5 ice damage.
Okie
Four is gonna skip his turn for now. And then number 5 as well, going to skip his turn as we go back to the top of the round. As 2 more bullets fly from the unknown shooter towards Orgolan. Eh. Alright. A 13 will not hit you, right, Orgolan?
Nope.
Yeah. As 2 bullets fly and doing into the ground as they clatter off the sand below. They just narrowly miss you. One of them just kind of grazing your leg hair before.
I don't know if you know this, Wes, but if you're firing into friendlies while they're in melee combat, you take a -4 to your ranged attacks.
Unless you have precise shot.
Well, they missed anyways, so.
I rolled a natural 1 on one of the attacks.
Drop your gun, boy.
Nah, he's fine.
No, that's not how that works.
Yes,
Crit
it does.
That's
Yeah.
not how
Hit
that
himself.
works.
Yes,
If
it was.
they get access to the good table, they gotta get access to the bad
They
table.
did, and I rolled it, and he's fine.
Okay, good. Sorry, it sounded like the way you were saying it that they did not roll it.
No, I rolled it, and I got a natural 19.
Good. Very nice.
Alistair, you're up with Beckett on deck.
Okay. I'm going to cast a spell at number 1's weapon. Actually, no, I'm going to just cast heat metal on both of their weapons, 1 and 2, because they're both within 30 feet.
Sorry, you're gonna do what again?
I'm going to cast heat metal on the weapons of number 1 and number 2.
Ah. What would I need to roll in opposition to that, or what happens during this sequence?
Well, you are able to go ahead and roll a save against it. Just give me one moment so that way I can pull it up. It is a will save. Also, if they have spell resistance, it applies.
Why do I have to save?
So,
What's the DC?
19 will save.
Yeah, both of them fail.
Okay, for the first round, their weapons just warm up, and that's all.
As you see one kind of shifting his weapon in his hand, kind of nervously as he feels the warmth, but doesn't make too much out of it as they seem still ready to fight. Beckett, you're up.
All right, and let's go ahead and Do-do-do-do. I'm going to have Beckett move north, actually northeast, or northwest rather, sorry. So that way she's adjacent to Dee's. And cast on him Shield of Faith. They are now going to get a plus +3 deflection bonus to AC.
Sweet. I'm the tankiest gnome around.
Will you eat it? Yeah. Yeah, and that's what Becca does with their turn.
Yes.
All right. Number 3 is going to make a strike towards Orgolan.
Of course he will.
Finally, some decent goddamn rolls.
What do you mean
Fuck off.
finally?
The last couple ones sucked.
But the ones before that
Not
were
against me, motherfucker!
Yeah, 27 and 25.
No, they don't hit.
What's your AC, dog?
38.
What? How do you have a 38 AC?
I added 20.
Oh. It does it.
Fucker.
You gotta get you a monk's belt.
Does that mean Tobin gets an attack of opportunity? It should, right?
Unfortunately not. They gotta leave they gotta leave the threatened square.
If Tobin was on the other side of the creature, then yes.
No, they gotta leave a threatened square.
Is it not on?
I thought it's also if an attack is made.
No, we're
Or something.
wrong.
Just on.
So as number 3 rears in and he kind of does like a shank stab like upward into your rib cage. As he does that, he kind of mumbles some ethereal, demonic sounding words as you feel almost like the cold hand of death grasping at your heart. And as he makes a strike towards you, the ice shards on his blade begin to freeze and almost like reverse cauterize your wounds as they seem to take a stronger effect as he casts a spell. You're going to take 25 slashing and 12 ice damage.
Ow!
As you into
Could you
your...
just not kill me?
I'm... I was told by a little someone to try a little harder.
Wasn't me, man.
So, moving on to Orgolan with Jonathan and Peter on deck, followed by Knees, followed by Tobin.
Alright. I'm gonna just Furia blows the guy in front of me.
Okay. Oh, so here's a list. It says a melee attack, no attack of opportunity. Unarmed, yes. Ranged, yes. Magic item, no. Aid another, maybe. Bull rush, yes. Cast a spell, yes. Drink a potion, yes.
Didn't
Light
he
a
technically
torch,
cast a
yes.
spell while attacking?
No. Read a
This was a
scroll.
bonus action.
Read a scroll, yes. Sunder a weapon. I'm not sure what that means. Yes. And
To break a weapon.
Oh, use spell-like ability. Actually, is yes, an attack of opportunity.
It can be cast defensively, I believe, as well as a concentration check.
I was just reading a list of standard actions that can provoke an attack of opportunity.
Hmm.
And it says that a spell-like ability. Yeah, cool. That's a good. It's good to hear. I'll send that into the chat.
Yeah, I miss every single fucking one.
What'd you get?
My highest roll was a fucking 3.
Ooh.
What? That's unfortunate.
I rolled a 3 and 2 fucking 2s.
That's crazy.
Ooh. As you trying to throw out punches, you see the bloodhound in front of you, gracefully dodging and parrying your punches. Jonathan, Peter. I think you're muted, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jonathan is going to would a 5-foot diameter sphere going to the west, like if I moved south 1 and then I cast numbing sphere going west, would that hit both 2 and 1?
I'm not sure what is the.
It's a
Range?
5-foot diameter sphere.
I think it would only cause affect 1 square then if it's 5-foot diameter.
Well, it's
But
a
what's the
5-foot.
range? Is it
100
like flaming
feet.
sphere?
It's 100 feet, 100-foot range, and it's basically acts like flaming sphere. But
Okay, so it
ice.
moves around.
Yeah, it moves around.
Then you could
How does
control
that
it to
work?
hit 1 and 2.
Oh, cool.
I can use a move action to move it.
Oh.
So yeah, roll away.
Hell yeah.
And it
I've
is
never
the
seen a spell do
same-
that. That's cool.
And it is the same as my movement speed, so it can move up to however much movement speed I have.
Just remember that you moved 5 feet or whatever already.
Yeah, so it has 25 feet of movement this turn. So as Jonathan prepares to cast this spell, concentrating for a moment and focusing on Tobin's magical aura sensing his wounds, just focusing on the aura leaking out. He's just going to weave that energy into this spell as he weaves his ice magic into a sphere and rolls it like a bowling ball along the ground.
What can I say? I'm inspiring.
And then as this freezing sphere rolls along, it is number 2 is going to need to make a reflex save, followed by number 1. And that is a DC 18. No, DC 17 reflex save.
Muted.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute. Number 2 will fail, but number 1 will succeed.
Okay, number 1 does not take any damage. Deal 1d6 points of cold damage as well as 1d4 points of dexterity damage to number 2.
Oh, we're getting close here.
Okay, that is 5 cold damage. And that
Just
is
hoping they have a
4
low dex.
dexterity damage.
So they're up to. So now number 2's taking 14 dexterity damage, right?
Yup.
Because you did 10, right, Chris?
Yep.
Oh.
He does not have a lot left.
Somebody do some dex damage. He only had the 1 use, so if you can do that again, Jonathan, you might be able to take him out.
What's the spell level adjustment for Quicken spell?
4.
+4, so.
+4?
Well, you don't have to do it again this turn.
Yeah.
Why? What level is that spell?
It's a level 2 spell.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2nd level spell, but I don't have 6th level spell slots yet.
Yeah.
What can I do?
I mean, that's probably.
And then I'm going to Quicken spell Sunstroke.
Remember, that takes a spell slot of 4 levels higher. I think.
Yeah, we
Yep.
just. Yeah, he's
I've
aware.
got it.
Okay.
Alright, Sunstroke is a Fortitude save, DC
And
16.
you're hitting both of them? I think it's a raise, so I think you can hit both of them.
It's 1 living creature as a target, so I'm gonna go for number 2.
He succeeds.
Aw. Well, 2d6. Hey. Okay, yeah, it just takes 2d6. It's going to take 8 points of non-lethal damage.
Ooh. He seems really weakened right now.
And then Peter's turn. he is going to fly up onto the right behind Orgolan. And he's gonna give him a big ol' chomp. Alright, Peter, first attack roll of the new year. That is a nat 20.
Yay.
Peter.
2d6 times 2.
Wait, is this a natural weapon? I don't think do natural weapons crit? I feel
No.
like they don't.
Yep.
Oh,
They do on a natty 20.
Oh, okay. Sweet. It just
That-
so it's only a nat 20.
Yes.
Oh,
Same with fists.
right.
18 piercing damage.
Nice. Not bad, dude.
And then
Somebody tell Peter not to kill him.
yeah. Peter, that's gonna be the end of Peter's turn.
Knees, you're up with Tobin on deck.
Okay. First question. Are troglodytes canon to this universe?
I'm not sure what that is.
Or what?
A
Troglodyte.
dinosaur-like humanoid. With a stench. And the very high natural armor.
Sure.
Okay, with my draconic knowledge, would these know what a troglodyte is?
Yeah, I'll say that you, thank you. Yeah, I'll say in your research you know what one is.
Okay. With that, everybody plug your nose, as I'm using humanoid shape to turn into a troglodyte and doing a 30-foot range stench attack. They need to roll a fortitude. Unfortunately, everybody in range has to.
Ooh, major fails on both ends.
If it's lower than a 13, yeah, they take them. They're sinking for 10 rounds.
Ooh.
You're muted.
So sickened, what does that entail?
That entails that they have a -2 to just about everything. Attack rolls, reflex, saves. Let me just double check. Oh, right. I know where I went. Here it is.
It's
Yeah.
lesser created.
Yeah, -2 penalty on all attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
Basically,
Ooh.
if you roll a d20 for it, it gets a -2.
Ooh,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, unfortunately, everyone at a 30-foot range has to roll that fortitude save. So that includes Alistair, Becca, and Jonathan.
Jonathan rolled a 32 on his fortitude save.
Yeah, you're fine.
I rolled a 17.
You're good. It only needs to be a 13.
Okay. Okay.
Meaning you guys won't be affected by the stench for another 24 hours. So you're fine.
Hey.
Hey,
Is that it, Knees?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Right. I gotta grapple this motherfucker.
Alright, roll grapple.
Right. Let's see here. So with Orgolan locked in combat and Tobin able to limp his way around after catching his breath when the enemy had to focus his attention back on Orgolan, he's popped his mini elixir, and now he's gonna just dive at him or just try and grab him so that he can get his arms to his side so that Orgolan can, or so that we can tie him up. Okay, grapple. Come on, baby. That's not bad. 24.
Ooh, yeah. You beat him by 1.
Yeah. So he's grappled. So now that my arms are around him, the rope will be like in my hand, because I was holding it. So I'll just be like, Orgolan, I got him. I need you to try and tie him up.
I might be dead this turn, so might not be able to do it.
Well, you've got Peter on your back and Calduin as well, so hopefully you can. Does number 3 go before you? Oh, it doesn't matter. I have him grappled.
Yeah, he has to spend his standard action trying to get out of the grapple, or attack with disadvantage.
So all you need to worry about is trying to tie him up so that we can take care of the other dude that's attacking you. If you want to live, I think that's our best option.
Just to know, so you know, West 2 was supposed to get an attack of opportunity. I had to double check.
Say that again.
2 was supposed to get an attack of opportunity because I technically changed right in front of them.
Nah, miss trigger. So number 3 is now restrained by Tobin. You hear the goblin grit behind Orgolan screech in pain as Peter bites into her back as she kind of jabbing her claws underneath her armpits and jabbing upward into Peter's neck as she sinks one claw. She tries to sink the next claw. She's gonna make attacks towards Peter. The first one's gonna miss as she kind of swings out a little bit wide as Peter dodges his head, but misses the second attack as she uses this first to bait in it as it jabs upward towards his throat. Dice, please.
Are you rolling damage right now?
Yes.
I thought you said two of the
The first attack missed, but the second attack hit.
You said the second one also missed.
No, she used the first one to bait, and the second attack hit, and it hit him in the throat.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
10 slashing and 5 fire damage.
Okay.
Calduin, you're up.
Okay, I am going to move up to the person behind her golem. Question. If Orgolan is not technically fighting that person, but they're facing Orgolan, can I still use the aid action? This is a question for you, Chris.
I don't see why not.
Okay. I am going to use the aid action, which will allow me to do an attack roll with a DC of 10, which I rolled a 15, so that's fine, which gives Orgolan a +2 on either AC or attack, whichever comes first.
about use rope? Because that's probably what he's gonna have to do.
It has
And-
to survive first, though.
And that will
Well,
be
the crit isn't even facing him right now, so this is his prime opportunity to attack, to try and get 3.
and
Well,
this
having
is that will be my turn.
Number 1 is going to move towards knees. Hello.
They grow apparently.
Control Z, dog.
Flip. He's flipping out, guys.
I'm seriously tripping, man.
As he's going to make a strike towards knees. And horribly miss. 16 doesn't hit.
Nope. That would have hit before the bonus.
Number 2 is going to make 2 strikes towards knees. And
Damn. So he got
They-
-6 strength and -2 to attack rolls. That's
oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
he has his -6 to. Yeah, neither of those will hit either. Hold on. 6, 8. $21.
That just hits my
Damn, with
AC.
all the minuses, what did you roll, dude?
19.
That's crazy.
A 21 just hits. Are we still doing defender wins?
Yeah.
So yeah. So doesn't go
Damn,
through.
just hits.
Thank you, Beckett.
Wait, so is your AC 21?
It is now with the spell.
Oh, okay, so you win.
Oh, you won?
Yeah, I'm
Hey!
thanks to Beckett's spell, I have 21 AC.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Number 4 is going to charge.
Bro. Oh
My scales
God.
are extra shiny.
What's a charge even actually do? Oh, does charge not have to be in a straight line? Or are you just
No,
doing
charge
charge?
has to be
sorry,
a
he's,
straight.
he's taking the run action. I
Oh.
apologize.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because charge has to be a straight line with your enemy in view.
Yeah, sorry.
So, at least that's move and standard action, right?
Yeah, it's a full
Yeah.
full round action. Yeah.
Oh, full round, sweet.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do a charge action every time. The only problem is they were one row off every time I wanted to do a charge
Oh,
attack.
really?
Ah,
Do it right now. Do it to 4, even though you're right in front of him.
I have to move at least 10 feet first.
Disengage, run back 5 feet, and then,
Then there would be a full round action.
yeah. No.
and number 5 is gonna peek out from the alleyway.
No thanks. That's what Tobin says. Said go home. Wait, we're trying to take you home.
As it is 10 o'clock now, I think we've run out of our time.
No.
So we shall conclude this battle next week.
Holy shit.
We awarding inspiration, or are we waiting until after combat?
It was me.
Ah.
As
I'm
the
sorry.
Adainaul fight their way through this eerie, fallen beach town as they battle with the people they were tasked to receive, the fallen, darkness-infected bloodhounds. Find out next week what happens. I think that is it, my friends. I have nothing more to say.
Bye. Have a great time.
Okay, that's all I was waiting for.
Peace.
I can stop the recording now.